next tip I have is having a go-to parking spot. If you decide to like focus on a couple stores, kind of have like a go-to parking spot. I know the Walmart that I go to, I usually park in like 10 or 11 just because the people are familiar with that car constantly parking there. It's kind of like a muscle memory and tourism. I kind of know like, okay, I know this person is a delivery driver and they usually park at this spot, and it just seems to help me getting orders, or with them noticing like my car, they'll kind of notice like, oh, this person is a delivery person, and they'll kind of look at their device and bring the groceries out because they do know that you're on like a time crunch. Again, I'm not sure if everyone will know that. Kind of what I've noticed, I kind of have like a go-to parking spot, and I feel like it helps. Another thing is getting orders. So I think in my last video I said that the orders drop an hour before the next one. Since that video, I've noticed that now it's 2 hours. So I've learned to wake up at 6 o'clock to get the orders for 7:45 and 8:45. So at 6 o'clock, the 7:45 orders will drop along with the 8:45 orders. So exactly at 6 o'clock, I set an alarm for like 5:59 and 6 o'clock. 5:59 to wake me up, and then 6 to actually have like the app ready, making sure that I'm connected to the internet and just have it ready. And as soon as it hits 6, I hit that little like refresh button, and like 16 to 20 orders will pop up. I find my store, click on it, and I get a guaranteed 7:45 order. So after that, usually I'll refresh and all those orders will be gone already. And then within like the next couple minutes, the 8:45 ones will drop. They don't drop all at once like the 7:45 do. So I'll just keep swiping, waiting for the orders to drop. And then the 8:45 one will drop. I'll click on it, accept it, and then I go back to sleep. And I set an alarm for 6:59 to 7 to get my 9:45 order. So by the time I leave the house, I have 3 guaranteed orders, which I try to get the 2 batch ones, but I have 6 orders before I even leave the house, even start my day. So that is one thing I have learned. It's 2 hours now. I'm not sure if it's everywhere, but it's 2 hours before that you'll get the next one. So definitely change your hours, find which way you want to work, but I like working from the 7:45 to like 1:45, 2:45, and that's enough. That's enough for me. I'm not trying to like make buku amount of money. I just make enough that helps me pay bills. I'm good. Maybe I'll continue. I don't try to work more than 8 hours because I wouldn't work that in a regular job. If I did, you get like overtime and stuff, but I just work as if I was working a regular 9-to-5 job with an hour lunch. That's why I bring my lunch, so that I can guarantee that I know I'm gonna get as many orders as I can. So another thing that helped me was planning my days off. This did take a while to kind of figure out which days off were best for me. Again, if you want to work all 7 days, you can. But again, like I said, I'm trying to work as if I was working a regular 9-to-5 job, so you get 2 days off a week. So I've learned to plan my 2 days off 1 day before like the payday is, and then actual like payday on the whatever. Everyone's different. I think it's when you sign up. So for mine, it's usually a Tuesday and a Wednesday that I have off, because my pay technically drops on Wednesday, but it doesn't go into my account until Thursday. So that's another thing to remember on the app. That date that it says you're gonna get paid doesn't drop till the next day, like in your account. It will drop from the app from that day, but you won't get paid till the next day. So like my app says I'm gonna get paid on the 21st. The money won't be in my account till the 22nd. So I kind of learned that because I think one time I had like a bill and I was like, cool, on the 21st I get paid, and then I didn't. So I was like, crap, I don't have money till the next day. So that's a good thing to remember. But yeah, definitely plan your days off, whichever is best for you, especially because you are self-employed. So if you want weekends off, have weekends off. This is another tip that is kind of personal use wise, personal to you, is wearing comfortable shoes and comfortable clothes. At first, when I was starting, I was wearing my Nike Air Maxes, and they're amazing. Like, I love them, but to work in, not a good working shoe. So I stopped wearing those, and now I just wear my Nike Air Forces, which I find really comfortable, or wear my Brooks running shoes, especially because I'm going to the gym. It's just a lot easier to already have my running shoes on and me in already workout clothes, just so once I'm done working I can go straight to the gym. But yeah, definitely wear comfortable clothes that go with the weather. If you know it's gonna rain, pack an extra rain jacket. Not extra, pack a rain jacket. If you know it's gonna be super hot, definitely don't go in a sweater, because I've made that mistake as well, where I love sweaters and I was like, I'm gonna be fine. I wore a sweater. I had to go up an apartment complex, and their house happened to be on the 4th floor, and I had to do that like 4 times because they got a lot of groceries, and I was wearing a sweater and thick leggings for some reason, and I was sweating so bad, as if I just ran a marathon. So definitely wear appropriate clothing for the weather wherever you live. If it's cold, make sure to bundle up, because you are going to be in the cold. Of course, you do get to go back in your car, but you're going to be in the cold for a little bit until you get those groceries delivered in the rest of the day. So just make sure to wear the appropriate clothing and comfortable shoes, because you'll be on your feet carrying heavy milk, sodas, waters, lots of cases of waters. I've carried many cases of waters, and your feet will start hurting. Another thing I do is I turn silent mode off on my phone. I always have it on. I don't know why. I'm not in school anymore, but I still have it on. So I turn it off because when you're delivering groceries and if you deliver them before the orders drop, you want to be able to hear that an order is available so that you can get your order. Or if you are getting gas or something and you want to make sure you hear that order, you'll hear it to be able to go on your phone versus a vibrate. You might not always hear it. So turn your phone off of silent, because at least I get distracted sometimes, and sometimes I'll be like on TikTok or on something, or I'll like put my phone down to eat and I'll forget like the hour passed and it'll be like 1:04 and I'm like, shoot, I forgot the hour, and I'll grab my phone and I'll have notifications of like 5 that I missed and I'm like, dang it. But if I had it on, I would have heard ding ding or whatever it sounds like. So turn your silent mode off. This is a tip if you are doing Express. I had a comment about Express. I think it said like, what do you do with an Express? So an Express, most Walmarts, you go inside. There's like a sign that says like Express delivery. A lot of the times it's in the front of the store. There's like a little like, almost looks like a wet floor sign. Kind of looks like that. I think most of the Walmarts I go to, it looks like that. And you wait there. And most of the time they should already be up there with the groceries in like a cart ready for you to go. But sometimes they won't, depending on the Walmart. Sometimes you will wait there. And there's been times where I've waited like probably 30 minutes. And I'm waiting 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 and no one comes up there. So what I've learned is if you go to the website or even when you are in the like grocery line, there's usually like a number that says like, if you haven't checked in, please call blah, 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 blah. Call that number if you're inside waiting way too long for the orders. Sometimes Walmart turns off their phones because probably they get a lot of calls, but that's a direct phone number to the grocery people. So call that number and be like, hey, I'm inside waiting for an express order. I've been waiting here for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, wondering if the order is gonna come up here. Usually they'll ask you for the name of the order or the name of you, and then they'll either tell you like, yeah, or like, oh, someone should already be up there. That has helped me when I do Express. I don't do Express anymore just because I've come across a lot of problems with Express at the stores that I go to. Usually they're not ready yet, or usually, I don't know, I just come along with problems, so I don't do Express. I literally just stick to grocery orders. I don't do general merchandise. Like in my last video, you don't get tips unless you are in a crunch for money and you want like fast, I call it fast money, because you know like, okay, I'm getting $75 if I deliver all these orders. And then Express, you do, most Express are like 10 and up, usually for like one order. My camera's about to die. So I don't do Express, but that is kind of how you do it. Call that number, it'll help you. Sometimes I even call it when I've only been there for like 5 minutes and I'm like, okay, this order should be up here, they're not up here. So I'll call them and they'll be like, oh yeah, they didn't even know, they didn't even see me on their device. They'll be like, yeah, we'll be right there. So definitely, if you need to go grab that order and they're not there, call that number, save that number. That number will help you. A lot of the times if you're outside waiting for an order, it'll help you. So I'm gonna change my battery and then I'll come back.